Hello, and welcome to the Monday edition of the Legally Brief video series. We're going to talk about the 3 worst actions you can take when you have an encounter with law enforcement. My name is Judie Saunders, and I'm the owner of the law office of Judie Saunders, with offices in New York City and New Jersey. And in my practice, I work with individuals who are seeking to defend their rights against the illegal stop, detention, arrest, search and seizure of their person and property. Typically, when we think about our encounters with the government, it used to be that Americans had more access to deal directly with their government, be that getting into a congressional building, speaking with a lawmaker, or even there was a time when some individuals could more freely go and come in the White House. Not anymore. Today, the face of our government and our interaction directly is much more limited. Usually those interactions involve the court system in some way. That's how we directly deal with our government, be that with judges, prosecutors, clerks, and law enforcement. And if you're in New York City, you can still have some direct interaction with your government through the Department of Sanitations. And also a lot of us with the Postal Service, with our postal clerks that deliver our mail or when we go to the post office. So the interaction that we're going to focus on now is when you have that encounter with the police. And here are the 3 things that you want to avoid, the 3 worst actions you can take when you have that encounter, which may occur on the street, in your automobile, in a premise, or a dwelling like your home. Number 1, becoming defensive. Becoming defensive causes you to make statements, make admissions. So for example, you're stopped in your automobile and you start to ask questions. What did I do wrong? Or you make a statement. I wasn't in a rush. I was only going A, B, or C. You do not want to make any statements. You want to remain silent. Do not talk and do not speak, making any statements that might incriminate yourself. Number 2, you do not want to consent to the search of your person and property. If the officer asks, can I have a look around? Can I look in your trunk? Can I look in your bag? The answer is no. If a search is going to happen, let it happen without your consent. But your answer will always be no, I do not consent to a search. Even if there's such threats as, if you don't let us look, we're going to have to get a search warrant, or you're going to be detained longer. Let that happen. You do not consent to a search of your person or property. Number 3, the 3rd worst action that you want to avoid in a police encounter is not exercising your right to an attorney. If there is questioning of you, you simply politely say, I would like an attorney. You repeat that early and often. And then you do not make any more statements and you do not ask questions. So, to recap, the 3 worst actions you can take and the ones that you want to avoid when having an encounter with law enforcement is 1, being defensive, which causes you to make statements, make admissions. You do not want to make any statements. Number 2, consenting to a search of any type of your person, of your property, automobile, bags, etc. You do not consent. And number 3, not exercising your right to have an attorney, repeating that early and often, and then being quiet. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, please share it with a family or friend. Don't forget to connect with me on Facebook and Instagram, and you can also call our office directly at 212-709-8141. And remember, as always, this is for educational purposes only. This does not create an attorney-client relationship. Your circumstances are unique, and you can call us to talk about your circumstances confidentially. Until next Monday, have a good week.